What's up, people? This is RGC and welcome to another video. This video is specifically going to be on the PlayStation 2 compilation discs. A few things to keep in mind. When it comes to compilation discs, most of these discs require some form of emulation to get these older games to play on the console. And when it comes to emulation, sometimes there are plenty of glitches, sound quality issues, and control scheme changes as well to keep in mind. Another thing too to keep in mind is sometimes it really varies whether you're going to get an arcade port of a said game or a console port of a said game. It just depends. Okay, so moving on from that, PlayStation 2 is the console I've selected to do this for because it is the console I have the most compilation discs for. Most of these compilations, except for the ones I specifically state, were multi-plats. Most of these games were multi-plats, meaning either on the original Xbox, as well as the PlayStation 2, obviously, the PSP, the Wii, and or PC. So some of them will go to certain other platforms. GameCube as well. So let's go on and get started. Right here, I'm going to start off with the first game in no particular order. We have Art of Fighting Anthology. SNK Playmore published. Features most of the Art of Fighting games. Let me read the back here. Battle the greatest fighters in the world and help Ryo Sakazaki and Robert Garcia on their quest to rescue Ryo's kidnapped sister Yuri. Anyway, it has Art of Fighting 2, and Art of Fighting 3, The Path of the Warrior on it. So it has a total of 3 games. This is a PlayStation 2 exclusive. Worth picking up, not that expensive. Next up, we have Fatal Fury Battle Archives Volume 1. This game also has a sequel, Battle Archives 2, which I don't have. But let me just give you a little rundown on this one. SNK's first fighting franchise now available in one complete collection for the PlayStation 2 computer entertainment system. It has 4 complete games: Fatal Fury 2, Fatal Fury Special, and Fatal Fury 3. So, worth picking up. Moving on from that, we have one of my favorite series, and that is Street Fighter Alpha Anthology. I think this one was a exclusive to the PlayStation 2. I'm not exactly sure. I believe it is. But anyway, as far as total games on it, it has a total of 7 games, 2 of which have to be unlocked. It has Street Fighter Alpha, Street Fighter Alpha 2 Gold, Street Fighter Alpha 2, Street Fighter Alpha 3, my favorite one, and a Super Gem Fighter Mini Mix, as well as those 2 other games that you have to unlock. And that's another cool thing about the compilation discs. On some of them, you have to actually unlock some of the bonus games, but it's great value. You get a lot of good games, well, in most cases, for a relatively low price. Okay, I know this one was for sure a PlayStation 2 exclusive, and that is World Heroes Anthology. It has a total of 4 games on it: World Heroes 2, World Heroes Jet, and World Heroes Perfect. So there you go. You got 4 games right there. I think these kind of originated back on the Super Nintendo. So there you go. I think those were pretty much the only exclusive PlayStation 2, I believe, compilation discs. Bear with me. Might not know exactly all of them, but I think those are the only 4 I have. So now we're definitely going to move on to the multi-plats. Starting off with Midway Arcade Treasures 1. Let's see. Midway Arcade Treasures is a jam-packed compilation with over 20 classic arcade games, including all-time favorites Spy Hunter, Defender, Gauntlet, Joust, and more for the first time on home entertainment console systems. So there you go. We got a lot of games right there. This particular compilation has a total of 24 games on it, many of which are the arcade. It specifically says arcade, so yeah, definitely might just be arcade there. Okay, moving on from that, we got Midway Arcade Treasures 2, and as stated at the top, includes 20 arcade games. Mortal Kombat 2, 3, Gauntlet 2, Spy Hunter 2, Zabots, Narc, APB, Soccer Ball, and plenty others. Yeah, so this is a nice compilation to pick up as well. Moving on from that, we have Capcom Classics Collection, and it states at the bottom 22 arcade classics. Step back in the golden age of arcade gaming in Capcom Classics Collection. Experience 22 of the most amazing arcade hits spanning nearly a decade of gaming history, now on one disc. Says featuring Street Fighter II, 1942, Ghosts and Goblins, Mercs, Legendary Wings, Commando, Bionic Commando, X's, Forgotten Worlds, Gunsmoke, Ghouls and Ghosts, Sun, Sector Z, and Final Fight, plus 8 more games. Nice little compilation. Worth owning, worth picking up. As stated, I'm definitely into the multi-plats now. One of my favorite compilations right here is Capcom Classics Collection Volume 2. This compilation only has about 20 games on it though. Let's see. Capcom Classics Collection Volume 2 brings together 20 of Capcom's golden arcade games on one disc. Turn your console into a time machine and take a walk down memory lane to relive the glory days of yesteryear. Relive the glory days of yesteryear. Cool thing about this one, and many of the others as well, is they have bonus content, interviews with you know, people who did voices on the games, developers or whatnot. Gives you a little background story and information on the stuff. And it also has a sound test on most of the games too. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so moving on from that, we have King of Fighters, the Orochi Saga. Has a total of 5 games on it. Another thing to keep in mind too is many of the SNK specific compilation discs, they kind of hold a little bit more value than some of the other ones, such as like the Midway. This particular one right here is also on the Wii as well. But this game features King of Fighters 98, King of Fighters 97, King of Fighters 96, 95, and 94. So that's pretty cool. Nice compilation. I've always liked the King of Fighters series. Another one of my favorite compilations is Street Fighter Anniversary Collection. This one's pretty cool. Even though it just has 2 games on it, it features the Street Fighter 2 animated movie on it. And it has one of my favorite fighting games of all time, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike on it. So Third Strike and Alpha 3 are pretty much my favorite Street Fighter fighting games. Okay, moving on from that, I don't exactly know if I can say these are compilation discs, but they are games that have multiple games. So, okay, we got 2 games here, or 4 actually. We got King of Fighters 2001 and 2000, and we got King of Fighters 2003 and 2002. These games, they're 2 disc games. So 2 discs in this case and 2 in this one. Each one of the games is on a respective disc. So I can't necessarily say these are compilations, but these are nice games to pick up. That's not the correct price. I just need to take that off. This was a K-switch for condition. But yeah, these games hold some value specifically. As stated before, a lot of the SNK of games hold some value. This one particularly, and this one's not necessarily cheap either. But cool disc to have. I always liked the King of Fighters series as stated. Moving on from that, we have Taito Legends. This one has a total of 29 games. Let's see, features some that include Space Invaders, Jungle Hunt, Bubble Bobble, Operation Wolf, Elevator Action, Gladiator. Um, let's see, Space Invaders Part 2, Rainbow Islands, stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Nice compilation. And the sequel to it, Taito Legends 2, and this one features fewer games, but no, it actually has more games. This one has 39 games on it instead of 29 like the previous game. So let's see what we got here. Some of the games include arcade perfect versions of 39 historic titles. Let's see. Darius Gaiden, Puzzle Bobble 2, Dungeon Magic Liquid Kids, let's see, Space Invaders DX, let's see, The Legend of Cage or Kage, if that's how it's actually pronounced. Okay, so yeah, we got quite a few games on this disc, and this one kind of holds some value as well, about $15, $20 game. And it has one of my favorite PlayStation 1 games on it, G Darius. So this is a great compilation to have. Has 39 total games on it. Okay, moving on from that, and probably my most expensive compilation disc. This game was ported to the PSP as well as the Wii, but this version for some reason is the most expensive. Not saying it's the best, because each one of the ports of this game has its own advantages and disadvantages. But yeah, Metal Slug Anthology. It has, let's see, 7 of the games on it. Metal Slug 2, Metal Slug X, Metal Slug 3, Metal Slug 4, Metal Slug 5, and Metal Slug 6. So great compilation there. I see the value kind of go up and down, but easily a $45+ game. Specifically for the PlayStation 2 version for some reason. Okay. Moving on from that, we have Samurai Shodown Anthology. I believe this one was ported to the Wii. Let's see. So we got 6 games on this one. We got Samurai Shodown, Samurai Shodown 2, Samurai Shodown 3, Samurai Shodown 4, 5, and Samurai Shodown 6. Understandable. There you go. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so continuing on with the compilation disc here, we have another one, Sega Classics Collection for the PlayStation 2, obviously. This game features 9 games. It says just 8 on the back, but I guess it has an unlockable one. The Ultimate Sega Collection Remastered relive the thrill of these classic Sega games that changed the world of video gaming. Now with enhanced graphics and sound, you will experience these games like never before. Outrun, Space Harrier, Virtual Racing, Monaco GP, Tant R, Golden Axe, Columns, Fantasy Zone, Bonanza Brothers, and Alien Syndrome. So pretty cool compilation. This one's pretty easy to run across, or pretty common. The one that's not as easy to run across, and actually a better compilation, is the Sega Genesis Collection, which I believe came out later. This one features 28 classic games, such as Alex Kidd and the Enchanted Castle, Bonanza Brothers, Kid Chameleon Flicky, Game Ground, Phantasy Star 2, 3, and 4. Kind of surprised by that. Super Thunder Blade, Sword of Vermilion, Vector Man 1 and 2. Also has Golden Axe, Sonic the Hedgehog, let's see, Shadow Dancer, The Secret of Shinobi, Virtual Fighter 2, Comic Zone, Columns, Ristar, and Echo the Dolphin. So yeah, this is a great compilation. I suggest picking that one up. Okay. Moving on from that, we have one that I noticed kind of rise in value recently, and that is SNK Arcade Classics Volume 1. I know this game was for sure ported to the Wii, and I think that may have been it. Might have been on, I don't know, but I know for sure on the Wii. As stated on the back, 16 games on one disc. Art of Fighting, Baseball Stars 2, Burning Fight, Fatal Fury, King of the Monsters, Last Resort, Magician Lord, Metal Slug, Neo Turf Masters, Samurai Shodown, Sengoku, Shock Troopers, Super Sidekicks 3, The King of Fighters 94, Top Hunter, and World Heroes. So you'll notice a lot of rehash. Some of the same games will be on previous or later compilations by the said publisher and developer or whatnot. But each compilation kind of does have its own identity, and that's pretty cool. So it's definitely worth picking up as many as you can. As I hope I've stated earlier in the video, I do not have all the PlayStation 2 compilations, but these are just the ones I do have. Now, moving on to my final three favorite compilations here. These are pretty much the first ones I ever got, which was a really cool thing about the whole sixth generation of gaming. The compilation discs that were spread out between the Xbox and the PlayStation 2 specifically, and the GameCube. But this one right here is definitely a pretty cool one, even though I have all the most of these games, and that is a Mega Man Anniversary Collection for PlayStation 2. This game definitely was ported to the GameCube, the notorious GameCube version, where the jump and shoot buttons are inverted, which a lot of people really complain about, understandably. Anyway, this compilation includes 10 Mega Man games on one disc. So the first Mega Man game, 1 through 8, and 2 never before released games in the US, or games never released in the US specifically. So that's a pretty cool compilation. I definitely enjoyed it. Worth picking up. A great way to save money and not have to go broke buying expensive Mega Man games. I like Mega Man though, so having an original version is important to me, but that's a good alternative option for those who don't want to spend a lot of money. Okay, moving on, we have Mega Man X Collection. Great game, great collection. It has all the X games, at least X, the first X through X6, and includes Mega Man Battle and Chase, and let's see, original sketch art, remix soundtracks, and more. So that's a pretty cool compilation, and it'll give people an opportunity to play something other than Mega Man X. You know, there are other games that came after Mega Man X. Everybody puts Mega Man X on a pedestal. I'm really not that impressed with Mega Man X. I like X2 better. But whatever. Different strokes for different folks. It's cool to be different. You don't have to like what everybody else likes. Moving on from that, the very first compilation disc I ever got, I guess actually my first compilation was Super Mario All-Stars back in the 90s on my Super Nintendo. I didn't know this would become a trend later on, but it did, the compilations. And kind of how I moved from Nintendo on to some other things. Sega. And the Sega Genesis and a lot of the Sega-based franchises. Well, this is one that really resonated with me and was very influential in my gaming, early gaming life, and even to this point. And that is Sonic the Hedgehog. We have Sonic Mega Collection Plus here. This game was also ported to the original Xbox, but the first version of this game actually came out on the GameCube back in 2002, and it is known as Sonic Mega Collection, not the Plus. So the difference between the Mega Collection on the GameCube and the Plus version on the PS2 and the Xbox is the fact that you get 6 additional Sonic Game Gear titles, You also get some unlockable secrets and whatnot, redesigned interface, and extra bonus material. So that's pretty cool. Great compilation. I noticed specifically with some of these Sonic games though, sometimes these issue with the emulation will glitch on a console or whatnot. And in Marble Gardens on Sonic 3, I had one Mega Collection Plus disc that always froze in a certain part. So I actually took that disc back to the store and got another disc. Maybe it was the disc condition or whatever. But anyway, it could have just been a problem in emulation as well. But definitely probably my favorite compilation right there. Very good compilation of games. So these are pretty much my compilation disc. I just had an idea of featuring some of those compilations that I've acquired through time. One of the pros of compilation disc, even though I'm not really in the whole remaster and remaking of games, especially if it's just one generation old, but if it's like old or retro, I have no problem with games being remade and updated and ported to newer consoles for more people to be able to experience and enjoy and relive and whatnot. Um, Value. This is a major pro of the compilation disc. You get a wide variety of games, many which are awesome for a relatively cheap price. Um, Especially like with this game here. I believe this game actually has two pretty expensive games on it. The King of Dragons, as well as Knights of the Round. It's the arcade versions of those games, of course, but um, those two games on the Super Nintendo are pretty expensive. So there you go. You get a chance to save money. Um, Moving on from that too, you get a lot of unlockable features and hidden features on the compilation disc, and it's an opportunity for the old developers and programmers to go back and fix problems that were apparent in the earlier or original releases of the game. So that's a really bonus or added feature of the ports um, of these older games. So they're definitely worth picking up. And for the PlayStation 2 specifically, most of them tend to be pretty reasonably priced. As time has progressed, we went through the 7th gen. A lot of these compilations received an updated version. Um, One specifically is Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection for the 360 as well as the PlayStation 3. And it has even more great Sega games on it. And it's only about 20 bucks right now. But I just wanted to showcase the compilation disc that I do have for the PlayStation 2. Keep in mind, many of these are ported to the GameCube as well as the original Xbox, PSP, and Wii. So pick the platform or version that's good for you. Anyway, I'd like to thank you for accompanying me on this little journey right here. Feel free to comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you think. If you suggest any other compilation I should pick up. Stay tuned. More content coming. Have a good day. Peace out.